How much do we spend to feed our family of 8 for 1 week? I went grocery shopping this morning and I had 2 little people with me helping out. We needed food. Our veggie drawer in the fridge was totally empty, which rarely happens. So it was time to pick up some more groceries. So I planned a week of meals. There's enough for 7 days here, plus obviously. So when I buy groceries, I don't strictly buy for 7 days worth at a time. There's going to be stuff that carries over to the next week or even a month from now. But I buy things as I run out of them. I buy things as they're on sale and I know I'm going to use them. So this is a week's worth of food. You could extrapolate this and say whatever we spent on this, times it by 4, that's roughly what we might spend in a month. I'll tell you the total at the end because curious minds want to know how much does a family with 8 people actually spend on groceries. So I'll show you what I've got and then I'll let you know how much I spent on it all. So I just organized everything here based on what it is, not necessarily what store I got it from. So I've got meat, dairy, pantry stuff, produce, snacks at the back there. So I'll just run through this real quick and show you what we've got. I have 3 bunches of bananas, a 5-pound bag of carrots, and 6 pounds of red grapes, green bell peppers, mixed bell peppers, mini cucumbers, another case of mangoes, navel oranges. I would guess there's about 10 pounds there. They were on sale for only $1 a pound, so that was great. And then another bag of apples, 6-pack of romaine hearts, grape tomatoes, mushrooms, package of arugula, and then a package of spinach down below. And then in over here, we've got a bunch of radishes, a bundle of green onions, that's what they're called, and a bag of sugar snap peas. I think that's all the produce. Moving on to the pantry stuff, I picked up 4 bags of rolled oats. We really like these old-fashioned rolled oats, and we make them every Sunday before we head off to gather with the church. So that's a staple around here. And then I've got a box of table salt, 2 cans of chickpeas, a can of, what are those called? Water chestnuts. Don't tell my husband. I'm putting them in stir fry. I like them, but he doesn't. Newsflash, he's the one who edits these videos, so he'll definitely know that I bought those. 2 cans of tuna, a bag of basil leaves. We're getting a little low on pasta, so these Barilla ones were on sale. I got 4. That's the max that I could get at the sale price. And then I've got a bag of goldfish that Felix picked out and a box of Ritz crackers, the low sodium ones. And then we've got 4 jars of unsweetened applesauce. We like to have this around when kids have sick tummies, and I have another kid who's not feeling well today, so needed to stock up. And another jar of jam. The only other pantry stuff I have is over here on the stove. Yeah, we like to have chips around, and so Munchies, Doritos, and some kettle chips. I will say that will last us more than a week. And then I picked up some ground beef at Safeway. I thought it was really cute on the label. You can see it says it's a family size. And I chuckled to myself and said, not my family. Have you seen the size of my family? That's not big enough. And then I have a pack of sandwich meat and sandwich slice Swiss cheese for lunches that the boys take to school. A brick of old cheddar, package of yogurts. And for milk, there's yogurt here and sour cream. So Clay's high-fat yogurt, a tub of sour cream, 1 half and half, and 2 whipping creams. I'm going to make some creme brulee this week. I've never made it before, but I need a whole carton just for that. And then the milk, 2 gallons of 2%, and 1 3% plus mine and Clay's high-protein whole milk in the back there. I think that's everything. So when I go to the grocery store, do I just randomly walk around the store and pick out what looks good to me, what's on sale? No, I don't. I plan before I go. So I make myself a calendar and I mark down everything that's happening that week, what's out of the ordinary, things I need to consider, special events that are happening. And then I plan our meals I write in what we're having for supper. Our lunches and breakfasts are pretty autopilot. Breakfast, Clay and I have eggs. He has eggs, I have an omelet. The kids typically will have cereal or toast. Sometimes they'll make themselves some eggs. And that's breakfast. We don't get fancy with it. And then for lunch, the boys take sandwiches and grapes to school for lunch every day. They just like consistency, and so that's what works. So that's why we always have grapes in the house. And then for the people that are at home, we eat leftovers. So when I make supper, I make enough that there's going to be leftover food, and that feeds us for lunch. And then I don't have to think about making something special for lunch. So when I meal plan, that stuff's all on autopilot, and I know what do I need consistently for those things, and it doesn't really change. And that makes it really easy to plan for those groceries. And then I'll plan my suppers, and I'll pencil them into my calendar. I post it on the fridge so everybody knows what to expect. And it keeps me accountable too. If I need to get meat out, it helps me to see that it's on the calendar, reminds me of what I'm doing. So for this week, we're going to be eating meatloaf tonight with potatoes and veggies. Tomorrow we're having chicken with pesto ravioli and salad. Friday we're having cheeseburger soup. The day after that, we're going to my in-laws for supper, so I don't have to cook. Hooray! And then the next day, chicken stir fry. Pizza on Monday, because Monday is always pizza night. Tuesday is always Taco Tuesday. And the final day in this plan, it doesn't always start and end on a Wednesday. It's just how it worked out this time. But the last day of this meal plan will be chili. And that's in the freezer, so I just have to pull out a container of chili, pull out a bag of buns. That supper is really done for me already, because that's going to be a busy day for us. And so I really like having a bank of stuff in the freezer that I can just pull on when things get a little hectic. So, the food behind me. I stopped at 3 grocery stores for all of this. I first went to Superstore, then we went to Safeway, and then to Costco. Safeway, I do not usually go to, but they had a great deal on ground beef, so we made a quick stop there. So my totals for each store, $167.99 at Superstore, $34.13 at Safeway, and $121.87 at Costco. What you don't see behind me that we always have is eggs, and you might wonder, why are there no eggs accounted for in what I showed you? And that's just because we buy our eggs direct from the farmer. It's a friend of ours from church. She has a lot of chickens, and her eggs are the best, and so we always get eggs from her. So for a week's worth of eggs, that works out to about $13.50. So if you crunch those numbers, which you don't need to because I did it for you, the total for 1 week, $337.50. Now, obviously, that could fluctuate from week to week, but I think that's a pretty accurate representation of what we would spend within a week. If you've multiplied that by 4, that's probably pretty close to what we would normally spend in a month. So there you go. If you were an inquiring mind that wondered, what do the Bitners spend on groceries? Now you know. And thank you for watching. Let me know if you'd like to see me explain a little more about my menu planning and how I do that. I'd love to share that at some point if people are interested in watching that. Thanks for hanging out with me today, peeking in my grocery carts, and come back and see what's happening next time. Hit subscribe and like. Thanks. Bye.